Hi math teachers! Here's a video of how you can teach algebra to your students. In this lesson, the learning outcomes are students will be able to represent an unknown number using a letter in an expression. Identify the operations involved in algebraic word problems and reflect on ways they can reduce waste in their daily life. The focus in our video is operational keywords, using letters instead of numbers, and writing algebraic expressions.
Here is a sample word problem. The first thing you need to do is ask your students to read aloud the word problem and identify the key words. For example, here, the question says that John needs A. stacks of newspaper, B. cans, and C. plastic bottles. So students should be able to identify the word and write an expression to represent how many recyclable materials they need altogether. So the key word used here is and, which means addition. The expression students need to come up with, therefore, is A plus B plus C.
Here are some other keywords for addition: add, sum, and, plus, altogether, total, in all, and increase by.
Remember, the first step is to ask the students to read aloud the question. Then, we will ask them to identify the keyword found in the word problem. So we know that Dan collected X amount of canned drinks and Jane collected 5 less than Dan. So students need to underline the keyword less than. The keyword less than means subtraction. When we ask the students to write an expression, the expression that they need to come up with is X minus 5.
Here are the keywords for subtraction: less than, difference, take or give away, leftover, how many more, minus, fewer, and remain.
Now, we know that the first step is to read the word problem and then identify the keyword. After reading the word problem, we know that for every ton of recycled paper, 17 trees are saved. So the keyword here is every. Next, we need to write an expression to show the number of trees saved in X number of years. So what is the operation involved? The operation involved when the word every is used is multiplication. When writing the expression to show the number of trees saved in X years, it will look like this.
Here are the keywords for multiplication: times, product, twice, multiple, and every.
So after students read and identify the keywords, they need to know what operation is involved. So we know that Kevin's teacher has X amount of plastic bottles to make a toy car, and she has 35 students. So how many plastic bottles will Kevin receive if the teacher wants each student to have the same amount of bottles? So we know that the keyword here is each. So when we see the word each, the operation involved is division. So the expression would be X divided by 35.
These are the keywords for division: half, split, separate, divided by, and shared equally. Here is how we can differentiate the questions for learners with different abilities.
So let's look at this sample question for beginners. As we can see, the keyword here is times, which shows the operation multiplication. So there is only one operation. Therefore, the expression to show the amount of money she saves will look like this. Now let's look at the sample question for intermediate learners. So we know that every book costs X ringgit and is being sold at Y ringgit. So being sold is the same as taking away. So the operation will be subtraction. We still have one more operation to do. Because we know that they also sold 47 books at the end of the day, and we want to know the profit each book's made, the operation will be multiplication. So the expression will look like this. Now we have arrived at the advanced level. For students who are advanced learners, they will write expressions involving 3 operations. Now we know that the first step is to add up all the amount of ingredients used for 2 bento and divide by 2. We still have one more operation that students need to do. Make sure that students underline all the keywords in the question. We know that Celine already has 60 grams of breadcrumbs at home. Already has is another keyword, and in this case, it represents subtraction. Now the expression will look like this.
After students have written the expression, you can ask the students to reflect on what they can do to reduce waste in their daily lives. In conclusion, we can have the students to read the questions aloud, then identify the keywords of what operators are involved in the question. We have come to the end of the video. Hope you learned something from us. Bye!